Okay, so our quotient here that we're going to look at, we've got e on the top, so u is equal to e to the 6x. And on the bottom then we've got a bracket, okay? So v will be 3x plus 2 to the power 4 there. So again, just like before, we find du dx and dv dx. So remember now, when you differentiate e to the 6x, well, when you differentiate e, it stays the same, yeah? So stays as e to the 6x, but then you've got to times it then by the derivative of the sort of inside function, so to speak. And if you differentiate that, you get 6, okay? So e to the 6x times 6. You could just have written this straight away, if you can see that, yeah? 6e to the 6x. This one then, bracket to the power, remember then you differentiate the bracket first, so bring the power down. And reduce that by 1, so 4 becomes 3. And then times it by then the derivative of the inside function, which is just, if you differentiate that, you get 3. So we get 12 there, 3x plus 2 all cubed. So this one's quite interesting in terms of the work involved. It's the quotient rule. Dy dx, v du dx, take away u dv dx, all over v squared. So your v is this bracket power 4 here. Your du dx is 6e to the 6x, so it's that times that. Take away my u, which is e to the 6x, times my dv dx, which is this here, 12, bracket 3x plus 2 to the power 3. All over then v squared. Now your v is already got a power to it, doesn't it? Okay, so we want to square this. So what I would do is I'd write 3x plus 2 to the power 4, and because I want to square it, then I put it in a bigger bracket. You can choose a square bracket if you want, and you could square it there, okay, like that. Now it looks a lot, but actually we'll do some work to this now and it'll simplify nicely. What you need to see here now is we can actually extract common factors from this term and this term, okay? So we can actually factorize it, yeah? You might, it's your choice, you might feel like you want to just write it a bit nicer, so you've got 6e to the 6x bracket 3x plus 2 to the power 4. Take away 12e to the 6x bracket 3x plus 2 to the 3. You might feel you want to do that first of all, just so you can see things a bit clearer. On the bottom then, remember like we discussed before, you've got a power raised to another power. So you actually times these, okay? When you've got one power raised to another, you times them. So this will actually be 3x plus 2 to the power 8, and then you're done. You leave that at the bottom as it is, right? You don't simplify that any further. For the moment at least anyway. So here then on the top, let's find some common terms here. So notice, let's look at the numbers here, 6 and 12. Well, that's got a common factor of 6, isn't it? 6 goes into both, so we can write 6 outside. E to the 6x is in both of them, so we can write that outside. The bracket is in both of them. The bracket's the power 4 here, it's the power 3 here. Always choose the one with the lowest power, because then it's guaranteed to go into both terms. So that's what's going to be written outside, maybe another square bracket. So then you've got to ask yourself the question, if this is extracted as common factor outside, what do you times by this to get that? So it's very similar, isn't it, except that's got one more power. So you need to times it by the bracket again, 3x plus 2, so it'll be power 4. And then what you times by this to get that? Well, there is a minus there to start with. It's 6, but we want 12, so you've got to times it by 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. The e to the 6x is already there, and the bracket cubed is already there. So that's it, okay? We can close the bracket. And on the bottom then, 3x plus 2 to the power 8. Now what you'll notice nicely then, in that big square bracket is the 2's will cancel, won't they? That 2, take away that 2, it cancels. So you're left with 6e to the 6x bracket 3x plus 2 all cubed times, this just becomes 3x. And on the bottom, we've got 3x plus 2 to the power 8. So you've got loads of terms times together on the top, and you've got this in the bottom. One more step we can do, we'd be expected to do to simplify. Notice top and bottom, I've got a common factor of 3x plus 2, the bracket here, okay, because we've got all these terms multiplied on the top, and we've got the 3x plus 2 bracket on the bottom. We can actually simplify this down. Now it's heavy on the bottom, okay, so all of these on the top will cancel, the power 3 that will cancel, and you just take away 3 from this power and it becomes power 5, yeah, because it's cancelled with that power 3 there. This reduces by 3 to power 5. So you end up with, nicely, 6e to the 6x times 3x. Well, 6 times 3 is 18. X then, and e to the 6x on top. And on bottom then, you've got the bracket, the power 5. And we've simplified it as far as we can go.